Hi, I'm so glad you're joining me today. Today I'm going to read a book by Jennifer Grant called Maybe I Can Love My Neighbor Too. Here we go. I live on this corner of 19th and 9th, upstairs in apartment 4A. A building is going up across the street. Week after week, it grows taller and taller, climbing up to the sky. It's a big building, right? Mama, with all the new people, will all the new people be our neighbors too? I asked one day. Every single person is our neighbor, she says, whether they live next door or across the street or far, far away. I know I'm supposed to love my neighbor, but how can I love that many people? I ask. Mama gives me a hug. Oh, honey, she says, I'm sure you'll find a way. Maybe start by noticing the ways that others show love. Wonder how others are gonna show love. A man walks by the construction site pushing a shopping cart that's stuffed with blankets and bags. The wheels hit a bump in the road and the cart almost tips over, but one of the workers moves fast to catch it and sets it upright again. Helping someone who's just passing by is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbor too. And there's the scene. Mama and I walk down to the park just like we do every day. I see a man and a woman ahead talking to people while they wait by the light. I stare at the picture on the man's arm while he tells Mama about people who had to leave their home because they weren't safe anymore. Mama puts a few dollars to the woman, gives a few dollars to the woman who has a purple stripe in her hair. Giving money so people can have a safe place to live is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbors too. It's nice how they have their hands together, right? At the park, an old man is shouting his dog's name. Shadow, Shadow, he calls. A boy runs after the dog, diving to catch him. A minute later, Shadow is back with his owner. The old man says thank you over and over and over. Helping older folks is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbor too. Sometimes we need help, don't we? It's a nice way to hope. Mama, look at me, I shout. And she waves from the bench under our favorite tree. When I'm out of breath, I sit at the edge of the sandbox and watch the other kids play. Sometimes you gotta take a break, right? Do you like the monkey bars? I like the monkey bars. A girl tosses me a shovel and a pail, then we build the most elegant castle and dig a moat around it. We decorate it with royal flags made of sticks and seeds and leaves. That was a kind girl, Mama says when we're walking home. I like seeing how she loved her neighbor, and the neighbor this time was you. Sharing toys with a new friend is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbor too. Sharing is a good way to love our neighbors. There's sand between my toes and Mama says it's time for the tub. But then I hear a knock at the door. It's our neighbor from upstairs and he's baked a loaf of bread. Sharing good things to eat is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbor too. Yummy bread is a fun way to love our neighbors, isn't it? At dinner, I tell Daddy, guess what? I learned something new today. That's what I like to hear, he says. What is it? Every person in the whole world is my neighbor, I say, and I can love them too. She looks really happy. I could give them my birthday money to someone in need who has more need than I do, or I could carry groceries or open doors for people who aren't as strong as I am. I pull up my sleeves and I show my muscles. That's a lot of different ways to love our neighbors. I like that. There's a lot of ways I say I can be kind to other kids in the park or even bake something to share with people in our building. I knew you'd find some ways to show others love, Mama says with a smile. Even other people in the whole wide world, every other person in the whole wide world is my neighbor, whether they live next door or across the street or far, far away. And I know that I can love my neighbors too. What are some ways that you love your neighbors? Look at, here's her loving the construction workers across the street. She brought them things to drink. Isn't that nice? What are some ways that you could love your neighbors? I'd love to hear that. Jesus teaches us lots of stories about how to love our neighbors. Aren't we glad for that? Let's love our neighbors just like Jesus loves us. Have a good day, boys and girls. Thanks for coming to Storytime.